Yo, what's up? This is the last video of the three-part video series. In the first video, we discussed a little bit more about how Facebook ads work. We looked at the back end of things, how to target your ideal customer. We talked about budgeting, location. We basically went over Facebook's interface when it comes to running ads. And I want to remind you, the ads also are shown on Instagram. So that's the beauty of running Facebook ads. And in the second video, we kind of discussed how to create killer copy, how to create killer creatives, how to get inspiration, what platforms to use, what tools to use. Very straightforward. In this last video, I just want to sum up everything. I want to leave you with the goodie. Here is an ebook, a free ebook I created. It's a PDF. It's a guide. It teaches you how to run the ads. It basically goes over the three-part video series in an ebook, so you can have it as reference. If you're too lazy to watch rewatch the videos again, you can use this as reference. The last part of the video is more of like talking about opportunity costs, reading analytics, optimizing the ads, and going forward. Okay, but yeah, this ebook pretty much sums up the whole. You can you can see has all the marketing strategies. You can see everything. See, killer copy, like I was talking about in the creatives. People see this first, in this part, and the last part. The killer copy, you can just ChatGPT, a couple different examples. But yeah, reading analytics, I feel like I want to start off with this. There's three big things you got to really gauge to see if it's ads performing well. CTR all, it's the people who click to see more in the ad. So whenever you see an ad, right, there's a little see more right here. That's CTR all. This thing should be at least 2%. I have it down here, as you can see right here, 2%. This thing has to be 2%. And this is something you can see in the ads. So I told you guys in the first platform, you go to campaigns, then you go to ads. And there you can see what the CTR all is, 2%. That's their goal you should aim for. That's pretty much average. That's the industry standard. The next metric you gotta look for is link clicks. As people click learn more. Clicks all is people like the post, shared the post, commented the post, basically interacted with it all, right? So to give you a reference, link clicks has to be half of clicks all. So if link clicks is 100, this should be 200. That should be your goal, right? If you're a little less, if it's like not reaching to that standard, don't worry. But that should be like a standard, kind of like a goal to aspire to, right? And based on this analytics, that's when you start working on your ads a bit more, right? That's when you're working in your ads a bit more. That's how you use this information to optimize the ads here. Talk a little bit more about your ads up to standard. Three big metrics you got to look into. On top of cost per lead, obviously. But if this is met, their cost per lead shouldn't be high. As for cost per lead, there really is no cost per lead. That's a good number. I always try to keep it under 20. Just because your products are very expensive, so leads are going to get a bit more expensive. But with one lead buying, you make your ROI 100 times back, right? Because the products are very expensive that you have to offer. So yeah, like I said, I don't want to keep this too complicated. You have like I said, the three big things you gotta look into: clicks all, that should be a double of link clicks, and the CTR all 2%. And for cost per lead, just keep it under 20. We'll keep it as that, right? Cost per lead really doesn't have like a number, so I don't want to really touch that, but this is your big thing. Okay, and then we discussed this in the last part, kind of like the lead handling, manual lead handling, how to like discuss that. And I do want to touch base on this, right? Manual versus automation workflow. Automated workflow is 100 times better, as you saw, guys. If you manually following up with leads, you got to call them, you got to follow up, you got to text them, you got to remember to follow them. You always got to be attentive. It's a hassle. Automated workflow, as you saw, super easy. Just plug it in, boom, AI does all the work. All right. Here's a little bit more of a guide on how to do the follow-up process. Try to reach out with leads within 5 minutes of submitting a form. Follow up is key. Sometimes it might take you 20 times to follow up. Sometimes it might take you 1 time, right? It depends on person to person. And if you're not good at sales, read books. Opportunity cost and hiring a marketing agency taught you how to run ads, right? For a furniture store to a basic level. This guide should get the ball rolling and it should start getting you customers 100%, right? With this guide, this 3-part video series is going to give you all the information needed to run successful ads. But remember, this is a one-time thing. You still gotta optimize your ads. Don't think that just creating one ad one time will work for the rest of your life. No. You gotta change the ads all the time. That's the thing that sucks about ads, right? Like, you gotta change the creatives. You gotta change the copy every other week because then people get viewer fatigue. What does that mean? That means when people see an ad so many different times, just ignore it now. It's like second nature. A good example is like a movie, right? You watch it the first time you watch a movie, you're like, wow, this movie is so cool. It's like, you're curious to see what happens next. You watch that second time, you're still maybe a bit interested. You still get interested in like peak moments, but outside of that, you're not interested because you know what's going to happen, right? You already know what's going on, right? The third, fourth time, you're just, you fall asleep. You just don't care anymore, right? Same thing with ads. People see it so much, they just ignore them. They've seen it so much, like it's not in their interest, right? You gotta change it up every other week, at the minimum. And you gotta have multiple ads live too, right? You want to have ads for everything, right? I only taught you how to have ads for like conversions. I only taught you how to have ads for like sales. You also gotta have ads for like brand awareness, letting people know about your products, right? Brand awareness also when it comes to like the individual products to the business as a whole. Also, you gotta have ads for like a funnel. You haven't had like you're only creating one ad for a Facebook lead form. You're gonna get leads, right? But like more advanced strategies are like running ads to a funnel. That's like another type of ad too, right? And you got to constantly optimize ads based on analytics. Like I told you, you always got to be like on the lookout, make sure that the ROI is there. You always got to do a lot of testing with different ads to see what the most effective ads are for your audience. This is later down the road. Testing is key, right? Like I was telling you earlier about funnels, Facebook lead forms do get people to the door, but funnels bring in higher quality customers or more complex ads that you haven't learned. You gotta manually follow with the leads unless you set up an automated workflow. I told you, you have to download leads and then you gotta call them one by one. But if you have an automated workflow, boom, easy. AI does all the work. And I'm sure, obviously, you can figure this out, right? There's YouTube tutorials out there. After much trial and error and much money lost, you can figure it out. But then comes the question of like, how much is your time actually worth? Yes, you want to learn how to maybe run the ads yourself, right? You have the time. Maybe you can run the ads after work or before work. But using the same logic, why don't you make your own furniture? I imagine it'd be cheaper, right? It'd be cheaper. But no, you do it because of time. Why are you going to do your own ads if you can save that time, the opportunity cause you to do other things, better things, like maybe convert sales in person, right? Maybe spend time with family. If you're stressed out already with business itself, why add another stress? That's the reason why furniture stores across the nation just get a marketing agency to do all their marketing for them, so that they don't have to worry about constantly optimizing the ads, constantly having to change the creatives, constantly have to update the copy or being up to date with trends and all that stuff. It just gets tedious, and a lot of furniture stores is like, I don't want to do that. I'd rather have somebody else do it. You can do it. There's an opportunity cost. Remember that. I know furniture stores are very busy. I know the furniture store owners are busy, right? I work with them, and the reality is, you guys have a ton on your plate. Like making sure your walk-ins get the best media attention possible. This is the reason why marketing agencies exist, because we take on the time burden of running your ads. So you only focus on closing the leads come in. I think it's a beautiful collaboration, if you ask me. And there's a beautiful picture of a furniture store and Future Media working together, right? Here at Future Media, we will take care of all the hassle of running the ads. So optimizing the ads, we will work closely to make sure you're getting the best results possible. Though take in mind that we only take so many clients at a time, right? And you got to qualify. This ensures our client success rate. If you're truly motivated and want to fill up your furniture store with customers, email me at Raul@futurecutmedia.com. You can also follow us up at our socials. At the end of the day, this guide's for you. It's a ton of free value. You can use this guide. You can use the 3-part video series to basically run your ads. And I'm sure you're going to get good results. But just keep that in mind, though, that one ad is not for the rest of your life. You always got to change the ads up. And I know you can do it. But remember, at the end of the day, everything's about opportunity cost. So yeah, if you like the video, if you like the value we gave, give us a thumbs up, follow, and one of our social media platforms, and so that we can continue to give you a whole bunch of value like this one. We look forward to seeing you again. Thanks.